C'est bon? It's rolling. Hi everyone, hope you're doing great and welcome back to the channel. So in this video we're taking you to Chiba prefecture. Here's the story. So Miyuki's cousin was visiting Japan from Malaysia with her family and we wanted to plan something special for them, so we decided to go to Chiba and more precisely to Nokogiriyama, which you see is a very interesting place. I mean, in the beginning I didn't intend to make a video of this day trip, but it ended to be a cool day with delicious food, stunning views. So yeah, buckle up, join us. First, we went to pick up Miyuki's family near Hamamatsucho station. With a bit of extra time, we decided to make a quick visit to Zojoji. Situated right next to Tokyo Tower, Zojoji offers that classic Japanese contrast between old and new, with its historic architecture set against the modern skyline. One unique and poignant feature of Zojoji is the Sentai Kosodate Jizo Bosatsu, or Thousand Care Guardian Deities of Children, where rows of Jizo statues, often dressed with red hats and red apron, are dedicated to the safety growth of children and grandchildren, but also unborn children and those who pass young. A somber touch right at the foot of Tokyo Tower. Another notable aspect of Zojoji is its role as the Tokugawa family's main temple and burial ground, where 6 Tokugawa shoguns are enshrined. After our quick walk around, we regrouped with Miyuki's family and hit the road. After leaving Tokyo, we drove along the Tokyo Bay Aqua Line and did a quick stop at Umihotaru, which is this incredible artificial island resting right in the middle of Tokyo Bay. It's actually a service area with restaurants, shops and observation decks. The views of Tokyo Bay are stunning from here. At least when the weather is clear, you can look out and see the city skyline and even catch a glimpse of Mount Fuji in the distance. Not today though. It's a cool spot to take a break, and it can be a mini destination itself. Once we crossed the aqua line and arrived in Chiba, we made our way to a well-loved local spot called Banya. This place is famous for its fresh seafood and authentic, no-frills atmosphere. Don't expect English menus here, it's a truly local experience. But thankfully, you get a visual preview with the fish tanks right by the entrance, a proof of how fresh everything is. We ordered a variety of dishes, including kawahagi sashimi, fried aji, and some maguro. The highlight though was definitely the ise ebi that we picked straight from the tank. It was incredibly flavorful and tender, so I have to admit I felt a bit sorry for the lobster.
It's still moving. Oh my god. Really? Yes.
Which might not be for everyone. The meal was a fantastic way to dive into the flavors of Chiba. I highly recommend stopping by if you are in the area. After lunch, we made our way to Nokogiriyama, or Sawtooth Mountain. Nokogiriyama is located on the Boso Peninsula in Chiba Prefecture. You can easily reach the top of the mountain by taking the cable car at the Ropeway station called Sanboku Station. The ride offers some stunning views on the mountain and its surroundings. So if you have more time and want to exercise, note that you can also hike up and down the mountain along a small trail. This rugged mountain, which reaches a height of around 329 meters, takes its name from the mountain's distinctive saw-like shape, carved out by years of quarrying for stone during the Edo period. Once out of the cable car, a few steps away, you find yourself in front of the entrance of the Nihonji, a massive Buddhist temple complex nestled in the mountains that dates back to the 8th century. It is the main highlight of a visit at Nokogiriyama. The first point of interest we visited is a massive sculpture of about 30 meters of the Goddess of Mercy, Hyakushaku Kannon, carved directly in the rock as a memorial for the victims of World War II. The atmosphere makes it look like it is a relic from an old civilization, but actually this sculpture dates back from the 1970s. We continued our visit by heading to Jigoku Nozoki, which translates to a peek into hell. This dramatic viewpoint juts out from the mountainside at 329 meters above sea level, offering a dizzying drop straight down the cliff just above the Goddess of Mercy. Our journey continued along the maze of stone steps leading to the climax of the day. Along the way, we came across rows of lichen statues representing Buddha's disciples. Many of these statues bear the marks of history, with some beheaded during an anti-Buddhism movement in the Meiji era. Around 1,500 lichen statues stand scattered throughout different areas of the temple complex. Finally, we reached the culmination of the hike, the colossal statue of Yakushi Nyorai. Towering at 31 meters, this imposing figure holds the title of the tallest seated Buddha in Japan, surpassing even the famed Buddhas of Kamakura and Todaiji in Nara. Carved directly into the rock between 1780 and 1783, it represents the pure land in the world of a lotus flower, symbolizing peace and tranquility. It was time to make the climb back up the steps to the Ropeway station. Be sure to stop by the observatory on the way. It offers breathtaking views of Tokyo Bay, the Miura Peninsula and even Mount Fuji on clear days. When we visited a few years ago, the weather was perfect. But due to the pandemic, the Nihonji temple complex was closed, making our trip to Nokogiriyama almost worthless. This time, we discovered just how many stairs there actually were. But that didn't stop the little cousin, who kept up with boundless energy. Just a heads up, the Nihonji area closes at 4 PM and the last cable car down is at 5 PM. Also, note there is an additional entrance fee for Nihonji beyond the Ropeway fare. And be careful of your head when you get in the cable car. After the hike, we treated ourselves to a well-deserved break at Umibe no Yu, an onsen just 5 minutes from Nokogiriyama, renowned for its peaceful open-air baths overlooking the ocean. Since we used the common bath, I wasn't able to film, and it was already dark outside, so the views were limited. But honestly, there is nothing quite like soaking in a hot spring after a good hike. Umibe no Yu also has private rooms for an extra fee that we could enjoy on a previous visit, which added a great sense of privacy. Definitely something I'd recommend for a more relaxing experience. So at that point, we debated heading straight back to Tokyo, but with potential traffic on the Tokyo Bay Aqua Line, we decided to stay for dinner nearby. We chose a local teishoku restaurant called Miyajima. For those unfamiliar, teishoku is a traditional Japanese set meal that includes a main dish, rice, miso soup, and a few side dishes. This spot had a cozy home-style atmosphere that made us feel right at home. We ordered some classic dishes, including fried shrimp, tempura with chasoba, filet katsu, and asari no kamameshi. It was a perfect way to wrap up a full day of exploring, enjoying good food in a warm, family-style setting. With our bellies more than content, we headed back to Tokyo, grateful for a day that felt like a true escape. So, I highly recommend visiting Nokogiriyama, more generally Chiba Prefecture, which remains pretty underrated in my opinion. I think Chiba has still a lesser known status, so it offers a sense of tranquility that, is often lost in more popular destinations. And also, it was a pleasure to meet you, Yun, and your family, and who actually we first met back in June this year when we went to Malaysia with Miyuki. And speaking of that, keep an eye out for the upcoming videos about those adventures, and it's taking me time. I'm working on it. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Ciao!